Well, folks, if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen now. I don't know where I'm supposed to look at on this little phone camera, but I'm staring in. You're tuned in to the first episode of the Rough Ryder podcast. Why is it a Rough Ryder podcast? Am I a rough guy? Not so much. Man, I really got to get this camera thing figured out. Alright, so episode 1. Fresh out of work. Freshly showered. That's fresh. Haven't blazed yet. Haven't drank yet. That's got me feeling a little rough. I know. Now makes me feel like I have a problem if I need marijuana or alcohol to ease out of the day. But sometimes you need to vent. You need to relax. You need to smooth out the roughness. I'm also shirtless. Figure if sex is going to sell, might as well try to blast these nips and slang a little bit. Not really sure where to go with this, I'll be honest. I did first stand-up 7 days ago. It's also on my channel. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. I figured, being inspired. I don't want to say that Nipsey Hussle's death inspired me, but it also woke me up. Yes, he's in much deeper schemes and has a lot more violent characters around him than I do. Just being the neighborhood, the area, the involvement, I suppose, if you will. But then again, I'm right next door to what used to be the meth capital of the world, Bronson, Michigan. So could be just as crazy. But I would say not as many people own guns, nor do they need guns, or can afford the guns around this area opposed to out west California. But I'm no professional, I'm no scientist, I'm no doctor, I'm no scholar. I actually dropped out of college 7 weeks in. So it was a withdrawal. I withdrew from college 7 weeks in, so technically I'm not a college dropout. Technically I only attended for 7 weeks, so just shy of 2 months. Math class is what got me. If kids are struggling, I really don't have advice. As far as going to college, don't go to college, I don't. It's indifferent. The world's a wild place. Some people need it and it'll help them. Some don't and it won't. So, you're asking the wrong guy. So yeah, Rough Ryder podcast, episode 1. Not as rough as I expected, but we're only less than 3 minutes in, so we'll see. During the creation of this podcast, I didn't really know where to go. There's podcasts, there's inspirational podcasts, there's podcasts that teach you things, there's just updates, there's people that know history. I'm not versed in any specific field. I got a broad range of knowledge. I'm a jack of all trades. Not all. Jack of a lot of trades. I only know one guy named Jack. He's super cool. He's a cool cat. Jack Thornton, shout out to you. You a real one. You're a real one, I'll say. I was thinking of reviews. Ryder reviews. That's a good little ring to it. I'll review things throughout this podcast. Maybe I'll title, have a strict review drop down, add subscreen here to these videos. Plot it out. I'll probably need an editor at some point. I need to invest in a laptop. I have the CashApp app, so if any of you watchers, followers, viewers out there want to slide me some shola to help fund this great program in the future to be, CashApp, RyderSheltone. I'll double check that and throw it in the comments or the video description on what my actual CashApp name is. I'd look it up on my phone, but I'm pointing at my phone, so any Googling, it's not happening. Not while this is rolling, at least. Also, on the review side of it, I was like, I'll review restaurants and stuff. That's expensive. I try to stick to my frugal Cardboard Costanza. It's my alias. I threw that on a tag on an Insta post the other day, and I thought that was very clever. But yeah, no, I can't. I really can't afford to review things like I would want to. Like, oh, go to this restaurant, go to here, go to there, da 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 da. Yeah, so the main line of Ryder reviews is off the books. But got anything in mind? I'm open ears. Keep it as a rant. Keep it as a rant route. I'm good at that. I can trail off a little bit, but my rants are usually relatively entertaining. Hopefully, this 5.5 minutes in is keeping somebody watching. I did take some notes. I'll be honest, they're right down there. My old handy dandy composition book. You see anybody with one of these, as long as they're not wearing a trench coat, they mean business. If they're wearing a trench coat, they also mean business, but I don't think there's any as much negotiation in the business they're tending to. Catch my drift. I mean, the only people I've met that wear trench coats are usually very indifferent. I don't want to bully people. That's was something I'm noticing a lot online. There's a lot of bullying. There's a lot of put downs. A lot of look at that. Look at this person. They're terrible for this. Blah 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 blah. You know, there's cruddy people out there. There's shitty people. There's trash people. You know, I'm looking at them. But no, they're everybody has different walks of life, man. Different strokes for different folks. You know, some people get put in a bad spot and they do dumb shit. I'm not one to, or I'm not gonna be the guy. I've done it in the past. You know, we're human. I don't want to be the person to call them out and pick them down just for something to do, something to talk about, something to kill the time, something to make me feel a little better about myself. No, that's not. Yeah, it works. You know, whoever's those of us that have done it, and those of y'all that are willing to admit to it. You know, you call out some people. Jab them a little bit. Yeah, it feels good. It sparks the creative, gears up there, fires them off to this. Fucking, I heard there's some guy out west, and I was out in California, kept saying Cheeto Face. It's like, who in the fuck is Cheeto Face? Yeah, Cheeto Face is listening in our phones. Oh, they're gonna have Cheeto Face coming downtown today. And I was a new employee to this shop, and I was like, man, this guy's fucking calling somebody Cheeto Face? Like, what a fucking jerk off. This guy's a fucking bully. He looked like he was the type of person who used to get bullied back in the day, maybe. I don't know. Here I am kind of bullying him now. Not really. I'm not going to say his name or where it was. But by Cheeto Face, he was referring to Donald Trump because he has a face that resembles Cheeto flavoring poofed onto it. So yeah, I don't really remember where I was going with that, I'll be honest. But yeah. This is rough. My name is Ryder. This is a podcast. Yeah, guest appearances. I think that'd be something good. I like conversation. I don't like arguments, but I like a good debate. I don't want to get too spread on my. I have somebody on this side, somebody on this side. Premeditated discussion. Just to make sure there's not going to be anybody acting fools. Because some people you can converse with, and some people you can only argue with. Some people aren't willing to hear, they'll let you talk, but the whole time they're not listening. They're just brewing up what they're going to say next. So you don't end up conversing or having any sort of back and forth. It's a fourth. Just straight forth. Nothing's received. But yeah, no, I got a couple of people. Talk music, talk local upbringings, stories, preferences. Just to get another perspective. Maybe shine a light on some people. This is the unsung heroes of our everyday lives. business folk, average Joes. Shout out to Joe Easybo. Better be watching this shit, mug. As far as obscenities, vulgarities, nudity, I'll try to keep it to a strict minimum. I don't want to poison the brains of the youth or bother any of my elderly viewers and listeners. I don't know what it will come to in the future, if it's video or strictly audio. I don't know. I like to look at myself, even though I'm staring off into the corner now. There, I think I found the right camera. I think I got it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I'd like some, to bring some people on, to, like I said, shine a light on them, put a little spotlight on some local yokels. 11 minutes, man, it goes so fast. Just shooting the shit, as I say. I'm not going to give you an update. I'm not going to go deep. This was really a test. This was, I'm going to hit stop on this here pretty soon. I'm going to watch it. If I like what came out of the first round, because I'm a one-take guy. I like the live. I like the, this is it, put up or shut up. I enjoy those types of things, because you catch people in their realist, Forget that, I used to Snapchat. I'd spend like 5 minutes sending a 10-second snap because I wanted to get it right. I wanted it to be perfect. There's nothing wrong with that, production value and such, but it's not what I'm going for. I want to be able to perfect myself, so when I'm in this, face-to-face reality, snap back, I'm not going to put any more lyrics there. When I'm in that, I'm in the zone. I'm firing on all cylinders. I'm ready, prepared. Because in the real life, you don't have a pause. Let me think of what to say. Let me say this. No, let me type this out. No, it doesn't happen. This, the days of the viral days, the days of prepared conversation, almost. Hey, we want you to give a speech. Yeah, prepare the speech, but going line for line out of a book. Where's the realness? Where's the emotion? Like, yeah, there can be emotion in it, but I don't know. It doesn't do the same thing. It's like one-line jokes, like Jay Leno. Nothing against Jay Leno. I don't know, like a lot of those, late night. I don't know, like those kind of like oh, this is gonna work. As I'm a comedian. I'm literally, the next page is another bit. Yeah, it's a prepared thing, but it's not read for ... It's like, all right, that's where I'm going off of, and what have you, yada yada yada. So yeah, live, real, rough Ryder podcast. So Rough Ryder podcast episode 1, coming to a conclusion. Proudly funded by myself and Lucerne Farm. That's my place of employment at this very moment. I'm not going to go into any more details on the farm, what is done there. It's not a weed farm, promise you that. But yeah, no, it pays the bills, and yeah. So that's the only place funding's come from. No real weed sales. I've lost my golden touch when it comes to finding people who need weed. But if you're out there, send a DM. More to come. This is it, episode 1, and cut.